stay there.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. We're already starting with me telling Sonny what to do here. He leapt up right before the credits ended, or the opening scene.
Happy Sunday.
Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. I see we got a couple more people. I'm going to
Hi,
get
Blue.
the list updated.
Hi, Angel Mary. Hi, Mr. Maurice. Hi, everyone.
Well, we're hoping for less problems today because of something we discovered, but we're not sure that was the problem either with the internet disruptions. But we have to try it before we have somebody else come out here. So we're going to do that. Plus, our wonderful son, Mr. Monster, gave us another idea, which we also will try too. We have to rule out our equipment being the problem. So we're in the process of doing that.
So anyways, let's just try to get through it.
Absolutely. All right, so I just think I've got the list here. It's very short right now, but I'm sure that may change as we go along. All right, Mr. O, any announcements?
Nothing. No.
Okay.
Do your card.
Oh, the collective card? Okay, sure. Today, I'm going to use Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Oracle. And there's many ways to interpret that, but I'll just go with the general interpretation. There's a relationship message, a prosperity. There's also a protection message. So if it does come up reversed, I will read the protection message. And Sonny will not let me shuffle again. All right. Boy, Mr. O. Things I put up with.
Yeah, so it's snowy-ish over here. We have some snow on the ground.
Very nice white stuff. It was very pretty falling, and as a matter of fact, it's still falling. And I mean, it just started again not that long ago, and it's been coming down at a pretty good clip. They said we were only getting a trace today, but I'm beginning to wonder. Shuffle, and then you will cut for me. I'll move this stuff.
I'm actually glad to not have announcements for a change.
Things will be happening, though. I know we kind of dropped the ball on the past life thing here, but we will try to do one. And there's things that will be up and coming. Oh, yes, there will. Cut.
7 Ocean Skies.
Oh, hey, 7. Good to see you.
Yes, you can.
Yep, I'll get you on the list. We're just doing the collective reading right now. And it is reversed. And it is to be fair. And I'm sure there's probably a number on that card somewhere.
38.
Got it.
Which is 11, which is 2.
To be fair. If only Sonny would be fair and give me my share of the table. Maybe that's what this is about. That was Shadow, I think.
She hopped down.
Yep. Okay, so the protection message to be fair. Injustice and inequity are part of life, but they do not have to define your experience. This is a time when you may observe an injustice righted and fairly redressed. Perhaps you come to the rescue of someone or are called to answer for a personal slight. You will be amazed by the sense of power that surges through you when you stand up for yourself and others. This card also indicates a good time to advocate for others who are less fortunate than yourself. Choose your cause and commit to it, because you can make a difference. One thing is certain, if fairness is your intention, the situation will be resolved for the highest good of all concerned through acts of kindness, empathy, and courage. And it does take courage to cast aside people's judgments and opinions and be fair and equal about things. So, I like the message of this card. And it's nice for this time of year, too, speaking of, possibly giving to others less fortunate. That's what a lot of people do at this time of year. We should make it more often, of course, but it's interesting and timely that it came up now.
And hi, January girl, Sile, Lena, and Divine Universe.
Are you giving me that in order?
Yes, I am.
January girl, Sile,
Lena, Divine Universe.
Divine.
Okay. I did send the notifications through Twitter and Facebook.
And Marcia. Well, I knew people would come running in. Just when we thought you'd give us an easy day today. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we got to get rolling, Mr. O.
Well, okay then. This is true. Hello again. So I have several decks as usual, and I have the Adrian Tarot, and that's the King of Wands. Looks like he just stepped out of the bath. And then I have the Secret Tarot, the Secrets Tarot, and that's the Five of Swords. And then I also have, I didn't quite get it out of the little bag. It's the Golden Dawn Tarot. And that's the King of Cups. All right, sorry for the delay.
It just seemed dramatic. Shall I be dramatic about mine today? Well, first off, we're using the Lenormand, the Yule Lenormand. Look, there's a signpost to the North Pole, but which way is it? Which way?
Right.
So that's, of course, the Pathways card in this Lenormand. I decided to get fun for our tarot cards of the day. We are still using the Nightmare Before Christmas. It's the Page of Potions card in that deck, which is the Page of Cups. God, I think that one came up before. This poor person kind of looking boozed out there. Okay, I decided to bring out my Kickstarter deck, my Mystic, oh gosh, did I put the box here? My Mystic Gnome Tarot. And here is the Eight of Cups in that deck. And I'm just going to turn it around so you can see the cute little cosmic gnomes on the back. And then we have the Cyril Marchetti. The Cyril Marchetti deck I decided to keep in it. The one with the French. The Tarot Decoratif. And there we have the Nine of Wands in that deck. And finally, for a little fun, something I just got a hold of. The Mystical Medleys Tarot, which is all kinds of vintage, cartoony style images. This is going to be a fun deck to use. And there's 2 extra cards, which I'm not going to bring up today because we don't have enough time. But here is also the back of that deck. It's really, really whimsical and cute. So, I'm ready to roll, Mr. O.
I haven't disincluded the idea that maybe some things are going on maybe with YouTube too, but it really did seem like the overall internet just drops from us totally. It's not like a YouTube problem, so.
Because before the person came in to look at it, we were also having disruptions with our internet itself from time to time when we were surfing or doing Twitter work and social media work. So I think it's a bigger problem than just that. But it seems like the internet's been behaving lately.
More or less.
So we'll see.
And I have your message there, Sile, so that's good. We'll just do the reading when you're up in the queue. Yeah, so you're not the only one that mentioned that. So are you getting notified through Twitter or Facebook, Marcia, or through YouTube? Because I thought all 3 of those would have went the way I normally do things.
It's interesting.
So that I can't say is because of our internet.
Right.
All right, so Gina was first, right?
Yes, I'll go over the list right now as I
Okay.
have it. I'm not sure if I missed anyone, so do chime in. I have Gina first. I'm going to double check that a minute here. I want to get my chat correct.
I'll double check, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because some things now are hidden from me, apparently. I can't go up all the way. There it is. Okay. So I had Gina first, Angel Mary, Blue, Mr. Maurice, Seven Ocean Sky, January Girl, Sile, Lena, Divine You, and Marcia. Okay,
That's what I have.
we're ready to roll. Let's go. Let's go. So, Gina, you are first. And Gina, wait till I roll out a new Oracle deck I have got. This one is so awesome, but I've got to look it over. I can't bring it out yet.
We missed you, Jackie, yes. Did you get Jackie
Oh,
on your list?
Jackie. Was she? I think
hold
she
on.
was after Marcia, though. Yep. No, before.
She's after Lena.
Before, according to me.
I think she came in after Lena.
Yes.
There we go. All right, sorry about
Thank
that.
you, Jackie. No, thank you for chiming in. So it's Lena, Jackie, Divine You, and Marcia at the end here. So, okay, I think I've got everybody now. Thanks. Thanks,
Okay,
thanks,
a
thanks.
general for Gina.
All right, Gina. Well, you're first.
Sure. I'll use the Adrian Tarot.
Okay.
General for December. I was just thinking about him, and of course he jumps up.
Stop thinking
Over
about
on-
him.
Stage whatever.
You jinxed it. So while he's shuffling real quick, I'll just show everybody my new Oracle deck is called this, Gina. I know this will appeal to you being a gardener, but I have to do a little work on it. It's fascinating. There are 2 guidebooks in the deck, which makes it really interesting. And all will be explained. I may do a review on this one because it's really an interesting concept. I love it.
That's probably true, Gina, or at least from us.
Yeah, you're right.
Hi, Angel.
Angel
Rivera.
Rivera. I'm rolling out a new tarot deck today. So maybe I'll use it next. You'll get a bird's eye view of it.
Was that a clue? No,
Well,
not really.
not really.
Okay, so about
Hey, Jenna.
December.
Oh, my goodness. So I've got
Hi,
Angel
Jenna.
and Jenna. All right. And I'll bet you Carol will be here.
Okay, so we have the reverse Ten of Swords. And then we have the upright Five of Pentacles.
Oh, my goodness. Maybe that's why she hasn't had a 3-card reading. Oh, what do you got there?
And then it's the reversed. No, it's upright.
It's upright. I could tell.
Two of Pentacles.
Okay. Well, you start.
Sure. Oh, she likes the bark.
Ah.
Well, it's a general for December, so it looks like there are some things you're averting, some little maleficent forces. I know you've mentioned some things going on lately in the psychic realm, maybe. You may be averting those, but you may still be feeling like there's still this pallor hanging over things. And it's not usually you. You're probably way too holiday of a person to feel that way normally, but you're feeling something. And maybe I'm wondering if it is the sensitivity to what you've mentioned. So I think that the Two of Pentacles is saying there's a sense of having to balance that with all the other kind of energy work you might be doing or the other expenditures that you're doing, that you need to remember, maybe to strengthen those shields or find ways to, or get some advice from others if you think it needs that.
Yes, yes. Well, you can take the librarian out of the library, but you can never take the librarian away from me because that's who I am. Anyway, if that makes sense at all. So, Gina, I think here there is a healing going on. There may be maybe what the Five of Pentacles is saying, because sometimes the Five of Pentacles is about neediness, and you don't seem like that kind of person to me, but I feel that they're maybe telling you that there is a need right now to dispel some anxieties, maybe some sorrows you've had. I don't know what this could relate to, but you did lose a sister this year, and even though, they're still with us in spirit, this is the time of year some of these feelings come back about family. I feel that, that balance will be restored, balance will be achieved. I think you know how to find that balance. Maybe this is a time, instead of, feeding any fears and anxieties or worries that you may have for the future. Maybe this is about somebody else right now who might be in crisis, say in your family or through friends that or if you've lost friends. You know that, you can ground, you can meditate, you can go within, and you will find that balance again. I just feel like it's something you have to work through. This is nothing really serious here, because the Nine of Swords indicates that healing to me.
I thought that was the 10.
Is it the Ten of Swords? Well, the Ten of Swords indicates that healing to me. Yeah, I was treating it like the Nine of Swords a little bit.
I guess maybe we should make sure, because I know I said it was the 10.
Well, I guess I missed that, or I was looking at them at the top. One was maybe covered, and I felt it was the 9. I apologize.
That's okay. That's why I said what I did, which I'm not going to, dispel anything that you said.
No, because it actually still fits, because the Nine of Swords is like, this is a blow to you or the Ten of Swords. It's a blow to you in some way. And, the light is coming. The healing is coming. And basically, that's what the Five of Pentacles is saying. There's this need for this need for this healing now, and to move on and to restore the balance and harmony.
And I don't remember what I was going to say now because this.
I apologize. I apologize for throwing you off. And, I feel here you've had such positive cards in other ways that I do feel like what you're saying here, you're about to give birth to something. Something is shifting and changing for you. But with that, there's this release, there's this letting go process, there's this healing that is also taking place.
Yes, it did occur to me that with the Five of Pentacles that maybe this wasn't about your own neediness, and I didn't really say that, but it could be like what she indicated too, the idea that someone else, needs that attention from you. So we're going to do the Lenormand.
Yes. You are.
The Imperial
Okay. Speaking of Imperial, he is glaring your way, or else he wants the pen. I'll try to distract. Hey, there's a pen. There's a pen. You don't need to bother Mr. O. Oh, there it is. I don't know, Gina, but this is it. You want to talk about synchronicities here. We have the Yule log, which is the coffin. And then we have the candy cane, broken candy cane, which is the cross. And this really ties quite well, I feel, into the Ten of Swords, or for that matter, into the Nine of Swords, which is what I was reading. It might be more of a match for that, but I really feel here something is coming to an end, and maybe what this means is your worries, your anxieties, the breaks that you have felt, they're mending now. This is healing.
To me, I think it really speaks to the idea that you're encompassing this cycle has changed, and for what it's worth, you know that things are different, but that you are moving on. Carol or others will always remain with you in some form, but they would want you, to face new challenges too. And so they sort of move more into that part of you that is just foundational and that just sort of sits there. They're not in the current state of, your sorrow. You kind of resolve that.
Well, I think that this is really an interesting reading. Well, good luck, Gina. Wow, glad you got the 3-card reading today.
Hi, Kara. We were talking about you.
I know. I said Kara will be here soon. I know it. And Kayla was a surprise. We'll get you on.
And Kayla,
we got
too.
a bit of a long list, but we're going to try to keep rolling along now. All right, so we're on Angel Mary. Angel Mary, you are up. And then Blue, Mr. Maurice, Seven Oceans, January Girl, Sile, Lena, Jackie, Divine You, Marcia, Angel Rivera, Jenna, Kara, and Kayla.
Okay, same reading as Gina.
Okay, General, got it.
Yes.
And we're going to use it. All right, let's try the new deck.
The medley.
Mystical Medley.
Oh my gosh. I haven't even had a chance to look at it.
You sort of did. Okay, Angel, that's fine. I'm about to use my new deck here. Do you want to show the box for Angel? Oh, I'm shuffling. Boy, it's a big box. And it's a small booklet inside there, but surprisingly, they have a couple of cute readings in there. And it's just upright interpretations, but we'll read them upright and reversed.
It's quite interesting.
It came earlier than I thought. It surprised me. I had it on pre-order, and voila. Here you go. I will say, Angel, they are cardboardy. They're thin cardboard, so I don't know that they're going to wear well. And they look in the fronts of them like they are worn out already. That's kind of the motif of the deck, that it's vintage.
Smudgy,
Yeah.
worn look.
It's cute, though. Oh, my goodness. And I just figured to lighten things up. That along with the Nightmare deck, and I'm using my Mystic Gnome deck today.
Thanks, Jackie. We could just play it by ear and see.
Okay, we'll see, Jackie. We'll see
I
how we
think
do.
we're mostly concerned about whether we lose our
Yes.
signal, because
That's the main
that's the
thing.
biggest frustration to us, really.
And remember, everybody, we will come back on, so just look for us as soon as our internet comes back up again. But let's not go there, because I'm
Angel
sure
Mary.
we might have solved the
a general
problem.
reading for December, or
So it's the Emperor reversed. Do you want to grab that, Mr. O?
yes.
Thank you.
And Celine's back, and we didn't get very far, Celine.
No, it's the King of Wands upright. But we're going to get moving. And it's the Six of Cups upright.
They definitely have that early animation feel, that sort of Popeye-ish, or not Popeye, it's even before then.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that really early cartoon
40s, maybe?
feel. 20s.
20s, maybe? Well, anyway, the Emperor reversed. Okay, so generally, you feel like maybe you're going to feel like things are a little bit shaky, like you don't have a handle on things in your life right now. They're getting a little bit out of control. So all you need to do really here is look, be like this King of Wands here. This King of Wands, he looks like a director, doesn't he? He's calling the shots, So it's time to just direct the action, If you feel like things are out of control, it's time to get it back. It's time to get it back. Now, I'm not sure, in my grand scheme of things, how the Six of Cups fits into all of this. Do you want to take a look at this first and let me think about that
Well,
a
I think it's
moment?
interesting because the Emperor reversed sort of is the opposite of this King of
Right.
Wands. So it sort of says that maybe in December you're going to be going back and forth between feeling you are in control and feeling you're not so much in control.
That's a good point.
But I would suppose that maybe where some of this relates is the idea of compatibility with other people maybe you work with, or people that you worship with or you socialize with, or something like that, because Wands is a little bit about that kind of social interaction. And I also feel too that maybe that's touched upon too with the Six of Cups. So the sense that maybe, there's a feeling like maybe there are certain things that you're reflecting on. They're not like past issues, but they're just maybe some things you're reflecting on that kind of give you some pause in your month's dealings on how you're working things. So maybe it's people bringing you minor problems or situations that evoke something from the past, and you have to put on the charm, but do you really feel like it?
It's really funny, excuse me, that he went that way, because this is a general reading, Angel Mary, and I could literally see each of these cards as standalone cards. But the thing is that I do feel there's a tie-in with that Emperor and that King of Wands, and it might be like you said, that it's just a matter of sometimes it's going to be up and you're going to be in control, and other times you're going to feel like things are out of control. But I think one thing's for certain here, the Six of Cups to me stands alone. And I get the feeling that that's just talking about whether you celebrate, the holidays like we're celebrating them now here, or whether there's other celebrations going on. There's something about this month or this time period that will bring you more will make you think more about happy times from the past and good memories from the past. Whether you get together with old friends or some family, or you just talk on the phone or commiserate. That's what I think that card's about.
Hi, Mama Teresa. Glad you made it.
Yeah, I'll get you on the list. But what do you think?
I guess I could kind of see that what you're saying there too. That maybe this is standalone.
I do.
And I just wonder if it says that really this idea about how you feel about your autonomy or being in control of things relates to the fact that, as a younger person, perhaps, or somewhere in your past, you didn't always have the control either. And so maybe you're feeling like you're just sort of spinning your wheels on the same issues that created that dichotomy about what you can control, things from your past. So, like maybe you feel like you're still fighting some of those same situations where you have more control or where you have less. So we're going to do the Lenormand.
And what I have.
I kind of closed down part of my set here, so there's really no room for Sunny to show up.
I have the Psyched as the first card I drew. And now this is where the Psyched is pointing towards the mountains. So this is what I feel is going on here. You are cutting through. I'm going to go the opposite with this one because that's pointing this way. I feel like you are cutting through obstacles this month that are in your way. You may feel sometimes that things are out of your control, so maybe you're going to be channeling that King of Wands energy to cut through whatever obstacles are in your way from, a smooth sailing through this month.
I can't disagree with that. I'm just wondering too if that maybe some of this is the things that come to you from the past that you're releasing or cutting up too, and that maybe that's why it's there as the dichotomy between these two positions, because it is something that you have to resolve. And this is saying basically you have to figure out how to really eliminate what those issues are that challenge your autonomy or limit your ability to be in charge. There may be things that stop you from being in charge, and if you can figure out how to change them, that would be helpful.
That's what we have for you. So good luck with that. And blue is up, and then Mr. Maurice, Seven Oceans, January Girl, Sile, Lena, Jackie, Divine, Marcia, Jenna, Kara, Kayla, Mama T. Did I miss anybody?
I don't think you have.
Okay. Yeah, Angel, they get me with the cuteness, but they also get me with the unique concepts. If it's something unique, I'm like intrigued. Just like this oracle that I bought that I'll be unveiling soon. It's even more than I actually purchased, in my opinion, this oracle. I just got it to fill a need in my collection, and it just has something extra I didn't expect. So that's all I'm going to say for now, because I'm going to review it. Yeah, and so see, that's why we kick-started this one deck we probably won't get for a while yet because of all the shipping container backups, but we supported this deck, the Pulp Fiction Tarot, just for the nostalgia aspects of it. I think it's going to be really cool when we get it.
Okay, I have your question there, Blue. Is Libra Cusp going to want to be my friend again, or should I move on? And I'm going to use my Secrets Tarot for that.
And it's a big list today. I know. We're going to roll. We're getting in our rhythm now, I think. Maybe. He says, "What's that?"
I'm looking for the zipper for your mouth.
You.
Okay, we both blabber a lot.
We do, Mr. O. Of course, I grab my drink, and then he's ready to hand me the cards. Arr.
You gotta roll with it. We got a list.
Okay. One more. I love the color of this background. I think I've told you that before, the back of
that
this
one?
deck. No, this deck.
Oh, your deck, yeah.
Yeah.
The
so awesome.
kind of a darker teal, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. More blue than teal, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, blue. Let's see what we have.
So there's Temperance. And there's the Moon reversed. And then there's the Three of Swords reversed.
Well, you know what? I never want to say never. We might want to do a yes, no on this one fast, but I definitely feel here that the moon is about revelations in a way when it's reversed. Something may be revealed to you. And is it a path forward? Is it a path towards healing now? Sometimes, I don't know, there's different meanings to the Three of Swords. Let me start here with Temperance. Temperance is there will, balance or calmness. Cooler heads have to prevail here. There has to be, some cooling down period, maybe, perhaps. And also with the Three of Swords reversed, sometimes I would say, Blue, that it does indicate someone who refuses to, like yourself, who might be refusing to let go of something because letting go of that something might cause you more pain than sticking with it. So, sometimes we let go of we want to hold on to things that no longer serve us, but also it could indicate a healing. I mean, there is an aspect to this that you are ready to heal one way or the other, and you just need that direction. And I have a feeling something's going to be revealed to you.
Collectively, probably hundreds. As in maybe at least 200. Not sure.
Don't make us count.
I was going to say, we got a wheelbarrow. We could just throw them in there and roll it out. Here, you count them.
I have eliminated some, and rest assured I will be eliminating more. I bought a deck I haven't even used actually there's one that's from a long time ago too, that I'm definitely thinking of offering up because it would be a good contest winner. They've never been used.
Okay, so I wanted to get to blue too because, of course, to me there's a prevalence, even though these cards are actually somewhat different from each other, especially in terms of some being reversed or not. To me, they all speak highly of this having a great deal of emotional weight one way or the other. Even if we're looking at this as saying that maybe it's advice to you, it's advice to the other person, it's advice to both of you to try to let some things become more moderate between you, let the waters calm a little bit, find balance. That card is sort of a mixing of the waters, and I like the metaphor of mixing waters because I see this in many places, mostly spiritual, where people feel like the sharing of waters is sort of really an important thing to sharing yourself with them. So I agree with Banshee too. The moon reverse may be indicating that there's still more to be revealed here, or there's still something else coming up that is emotionally hard to rectify, hard to feel exactly. Maybe that's more the reverse Three of Swords in a way, but I sort of feel like this says in the future, there is more of a possibility in the future of some things repairing.
That's why I'm wondering if it just needs more of a cooling down time. Why don't you grab the Lenormand and let's see what we can add to that. So we got to get back here.
It could really be more than that.
Yeah.
We're really not sure. I mean, if...
Well, we have oracle decks, we have dice games, we have different things. We have some books that are like oracles too, bibliomancy. So you flip to a page of a book and you get a fortune. So we have magic 8 balls. So, I mean, you know, there's a variety of fun stuff in this household.
Well, in addition to what we might have inherited from the generation
Right.
before us, we've probably been collecting things overall about 50 years.
Oh,
Okay. So, blue, to Lenormand, there was a mistletoe, which is the heart, of course. And then there's the mountain, and of course...
you know what I feel about this blue is that I see right now it's really hard to get through to this, to, you know, Libra. It's hard to get through to them. It's hard to get through to their heart, for them to see things from a heart factor. Also, it just may be right now their block, their heart is closed to you. So that's why I'm wondering if I'm not saying never say never here, but you know, you can't bank. How much time do you want to bank on this? You might want to move on and give this time to have a cooling down period.
Right. The overall impression I get from the last two cards is that, like I said before, it's not necessarily impossible, but it really does seem to be something that would be a real achievement or goal to have to move towards. So once again, it's basically a decision up to you. Things could change on either perspective only by maybe somebody being able to review or understand some of the emotional situations and put them to rest in some way.
I don't even think we need a yes, no. I want to leave it at that because I do think the story is open-ended yet. I'm not going to say it's going to mend. I'm not going to say it's not.
Right.
But I think it needs more space. And that's the best I can tell you. You know, other than the fact, search your soul and see if this is a situation that you're just hanging on to hang on. That's the only other, you know, strange, I mean, you know, kind of net message that I've got from the Three of Swords reversed there. That's it.
So thank you.
All right, Mr. Maurice, you are up, and then Seven Oceans, JG, Sile, Lena, Jackie, Divine, Marcia, Jenna, Kara, Kayla, and Mama T.
All right.
And I'm going to grab that drink before I grab my deck.
You're welcome, Blue. I like the way the sun's hitting the little crystal over here.
I know. Hopefully it's not blinding people.
Through that window over there on that other side from me.
Too bad it's not showing a rainbow through the...
A general reading.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Mr. Maurice.
You got it.
So if you're looking for financial education or material matters, Banshee Show is on earlier today, and that has the information you need for this whole week, the week of business for you. Also, we will have a happy hour next Saturday at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. again. Yay.
So join us for that. And of course, our regular stream schedule is printed there. We're back on Thursday for that.
All right. They're a little new, and it's hard for me to get, you know, to shuffle within here.
No one knows.
No. No one knows the troubles I have.
I know that's sort of disrespectful of gnomes, but I like a good pun. So Mr. O has been thinking of something that's sort of Christmassy thematic to do during the holidays, maybe somewhere in the last couple weeks.
And Ms. Banshee has been thinking of a way to shake up our World and U.S. 2022 predictions. So stay tuned for that. They will be coming very soon in December this year. All right, General for Mr. Maurice. Well, I know these were swirled around. They are all upright. This is really interesting, Mr. Maurice. Here is a temperance card. It's come up in this deck. It just came up in one of our readings we just did. And it calls for balance. It calls for healing, patience, possibly reconciling with somebody, trying to come to terms with something. I'm looking at the keywords on there, but we'll go more in depth. Of course, I don't need the old keywords. But then we have the Emperor upright as well, which is, of course, about control, ambition. It's about power, authority, and how we wield it. And that's upright, which is positive. But then we have the Five of Swords card upright. And as you can see there, that's about conflict, theft, victory, but not through good means, stress and defeat. So the 5, we always look at the 5 as a no-win kind of card. Nobody wins in this situation. But it's like, what does this mean? We have a card of balance here, and we have a card of power and authority. And I'm wondering here if we have to be very, very careful with how we use our power in a particular situation, or how we seek to reach agreements with others. Do you want to take it?
The Five of Swords is probably the key card because it is the projection of energy in terms of either mutual goals that are conflicting with others' mutual goals. You know, that kind of thing. Like each of you wants something or a situation where there are different stakeholders, but it's more a conflict. This is more conflict. And so I think Banshee's right. There's the emphasis here on saying whether or not you find you could forge some sort of agreement or compromise to achieve the goals mutually, avoiding maybe conflict, or if some projection of energy in terms of who's really in charge or who has the authority, who has the autonomy. So it could be the kind of thing then that this suggests to me.
Oh, I just thought of
that
something.
You could make a break from the other participants or situations and go it alone even.
This usually is not the role for that, maybe, Mr. O, but could you almost see the Emperor standing in as maybe a mediator, to find this, to try to reach this reconciliation and avoid conflict?
I see it now that you're saying it, but I also sort of see it as somebody just saying, oh, phooey, I want to project my own autonomy and just avoid it altogether, strike out on their own. But see, that could just be another way of arbitration, too.
I want to see where the Lenormand is taking this, Mr. Maurice. I want to see if we get a clue as to what this could be.
Jackie likes your sweatshirt.
I know, I've been waiting to comment on it, actually, Jackie. But, as a librarian, I have access to library shirts. I went to different kinds of conferences where they had librarian stuff, like the one that says librarian across, that's spelled out with book, books and library kind of stuff.
I think you
reading
mentioned
kind
that
of
one
stuff,
before.
and I've worn it. And so the thing is that, don't get us to start talking about our book library too now. You don't want to hear about that, really. How many books do you think we have, Mr. O? Since somebody doesn't want to weed as much as others do.
Enough to bury us.
All right, let's see what this is.
So that would be 6 foot deep and 3 by 6 or so.
Well, I think hopefully things are going to work out okay here. We have the kitten. What could go wrong with the kitten, huh? The Christmas kitten, which is the dog in the traditional Lenormand. And then we had the midnight moon, which is the moon. You could show that up there, sorry. Well, it almost indicates success comes through trusting the process. The dog card can be about loyalty and trust, but I can't rule out that it's not about somebody. It could be about a friend. It could be about an associate. It could be about a neighbor. So I wonder about this a lot, this whole reading, but go ahead.
Well, I feel that this is connected to the tarot, of course, in this, and I feel that the moon represents this idea of a success that can be won through this idea of a conflict or a possible mediation of a conflict. And so once again, the clue might point to how loyalty can be brought into the equation. So if any of this conflict is about questioning somebody's loyalty to a project or a relationship or a situation, then maybe using the sense of loyalty to be not so much a bargaining chip, but a way to draw people back together to say, you really do have some shared concerns. Can't we figure out how to mediate a conflict?
I'm cutting you off.
You are!
Really? Blah, blah. No, I'm sorry. We all are. But you know what, Mr. Maurice? Something needs to be said here. I don't want to get into it, but that one comment you made on the last live stream, I would not be surprised if this situation isn't relating to that again, because all of these cards kind of line up with that.
Me thinking that too.
What?
Me thinking that too.
Yeah, so it's just weird the way these cards came up, because I could almost look at this being, you know, a power or an authority figure intervening in that conflict. So, gee, good luck with that. Or if this is something else, you know, this could relate to, I could see it relating to work issues and, you know, different contract disputes or something like that as well. So, be interested to see how this turns out for you. Good luck with that.
Thanks again.
We have to move on, Mr. O. What's happening here? All right. I'm getting some interesting readings. That's what's happening here. Seven Oceans, you are up.
And Seven Oceans had put in a question. I don't know if they're still with us. And
Seven Oceans and January Girls, Sile, Lena, Jackie, Divine, Marcia, Jenna, Kara, Kayla, and Melody.
Guidance or message for the week to come. Okay, very good.
Okay. Let me grab my deck.
So I'm going to use my Golden Dawn, the new Golden Dawn Tarot, which has some pretty colors, like most tarot decks do. There you go.
Okay. Just trying to keep the man occupied.
You're
you
welcome.
You are welcome, Mr. M. I don't know how these cards are queuing right into that particular thing, but they seem to be right now. Must be very important to getting that resolved.
General guidance for the week for Seven Ocean Skies. Okay, King of Pentacles.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that's a woohoo,
nice
all right.
Card.
Mm-hmm. And then the Three of Swords, only upright.
Ah.
And then the reversed Empress. So I think the amazing thing here is that the first thing that I was drawn to when I saw the Three of Swords was that Libra sign down there.
Oh.
And I think that that's just saying that in any emotional situations you're occurring in this week ahead, if you have the expectation of some pain about things changing or loss, try to channel your inner Libra and try to look at it even-handed. And remember that Libras sometimes, or the Libra quality, is very good about holding emotion back so that maybe more critical thinking can take place. But with the Empress reversed, I do feel like this could be a situation, a week, where maybe you're going to feel like you really need to just settle in and take care of yourself a little bit. If you're able to take time off from situations so you can really take care of yourself. And maybe some of this is actual work that needs to be done, or some of this might just be a little bit self-indulgent. That's okay. The King of Pentacles upright could also be saying, too, that you really have to kind of take charge of this, and that mostly this may amount to you really, willing to also work with finances or work with economic control, or the control of the security in your life, too, because I think Pentacles talks about physical security sometimes.
Well, this is really an interesting combination here. I would say, Seven Oceans, that this is, like he said, I feel this is a major time for self-care for you. I don't know if something has been stressing you out, or you're dealing with some kind of sorrow, or hey, having even a bout of the seasonal blues, that's something that I have to deal with usually later in the winter. But the thing is that there's something here that's making you feel a little bit unproductive also, and not that much into the swing of things, but it's okay. It's okay, because now is the time to get yourself back in top form, which is the King of Pentacles here. The King of Pentacles is also, I think, indicating here that it's okay if you take this time for yourself right now. Your world will far from collapse if you do so, and as a matter of fact, you'll probably be better off for it. So even if you aren't feeling a sorrow per se, but you just feel run down, like things are not quite well, this is a time to take care of you. So whatever it is you need in order to do that, whether it's just getting out and having some fun, whether it's a spa day of sorts, taking a bath, candles, whatever the case, watching a movie, whatever the case may be, take that time.
I agree, and I just was looking for the cup of hot cocoa in this deck.
Is there one?
I don't think there is, but I wanted to show it to Gina because she mentioned it.
There isn't.
Well, now I want to get up and go make some hot cocoa. Come on, Kara. Come on,
man.
Gina. Let's go.
Yeah, we have hot cocoa, so we could make some. And we might, because I thought about it. I was thinking to myself, this would have been the perfect day for some hot cocoa or tea on the set for sure. Come on, Mr. O.
I'm working on it
all day. You're looking for a card that doesn't exist, and then he talks about me wasting time.
You have the midnight moon and the child.
Oh, so you know what? I think this is a small step on your route to success or better times. I feel that if you take care of you, the rest will start to happen. You may notice an improvement, by week's end, not just in your mood or demeanor, but that things seem to be, settling down, maybe falling more into place.
I think it's the kind of thing, too, that really it will take a little bit of time. It's really just about, the slower steps that it will take. And remember, the moon, takes a whole month to go through its whole changes. So that could be saying, too, that this is just taking time.
So I hope you related to this, Blue, and wish you luck with that.
That was Seven Oceans.
What?
Seven Oceans.
Oh, Seven Oceans. I'm sorry. Seven Oceans. So I hope it, I hope it related to you, and good luck with that. And now, no worries. We all go through things at this time of year. This is stressful. Even if we don't do much with the holidays, it's just all this energy and this stuff going on around us. It's kind of hard to bear. All right.
The holidays are not always my best fit.
Hey, January girl, you are up. And then Celie, Lena, Jackie, Divine, Marcia, Jenna, Kara, Kayla, and Mama T. And we got a whole hour. We're looking better than I thought, but that's no reason to slack off.
God, I want to bite your finger when you stick it in front of my face like that.
Wait, where's my pen? I'll use that instead. Bite that.
Hi, Libra.
Libra. I was, because I'm reusing a paper, I was just looking at your name on the bottom of an old list here. And you pop in the room. How does that happen? All right.
And we have January Girl question. So it's your deck.
Yeah,
Come on.
it is.
Don't dawdle. Don't dawdle here.
Which one haven't I used? The Nightmare, probably. All right. Everybody's so supportive here. Look at Gina wanting to follow people. You know, and hey, people in our chat are worthy to follow because you're all nice. You're all very, very nice.
I'm still thinking about hot cocoa.
Do you need to get yourself some bark? Woof woof.
No.
Okay.
I had some before the show started.
The truth. Okay, January girl. All right, let's look at what's going on with the business. That's what we're doing. All right. Okay. Okay, well, we start out with the sun reversed here, clearly talking about some pessimism, I would say. And then we have the Two of Presents, which is the Two of Pentacles reversed. Then we have the Nine of Candles upright. Well, I do see the uncertainty here. I'm going to try to give you some insight here, but this is really interesting, January girl. There's a lot of pessimism here and doubts. There's definitely some doubts. The future just doesn't look bright, and there's a lot of questioning going on, I feel, with the sun reversed here. The Two of Presents also indicates an inability to manage things, to pull things together, to make things work. You know, it's like a juggling act right now where things are falling from the juggler's hand. And then we have the Nine of Candles reversed. And it's saying here, I feel for this to really, really work, this business has to be prepared for anything that comes its way. You know, upturns in the economy, downturns in the economy. Preparation, I feel, is a key here to whether this business is going to succeed or not. What do you say?
Well, I think that it hasn't looked really great with this set of cards here. It does lean more towards the idea that there's a lot of hardship or there's a lot of uncertainty, as Banshee mentioned. And the Nine of Wands, I guess she said that better than I would have, but I do feel that it does say that it promises the idea that something has to really be expected, a sense of expectation of how rough or what, the dimensions are that you've taken on. You have to be expecting that. Nothing here really promises a necessary reward or success.
But what it does say here is that not just preparation, but this idea that, when you're preparing for a battle, which is usually what the Nine of Swords is or Wands
Wands.
is all about, you have to be ready to fight. It's not just a physical preparation, it's also the fighting spirit. So does this person have the fighting spirit to make this business truly get off the ground? Right?
It's a pretty nice point.
So let's see what the Lenormand has to add. Wow, why is that coming up so much? Came up with something else. We've got the Midnight Moon. I will say this, so, all right, these are very positive for business. We have the Midnight Moon and we have the Polar Bear. Now, the polar bear can sometimes represent a powerful female force, force of nature in a way, who is leading the charge towards success. But also, the polar bear is about financial authority. In other words, resources. Resources and having enough power is going to be important here to make this succeed. If this person has a lot of the power, the motivation, the drive, and can back it up, with some of the resources they're going to need to pull this off the ground, this could succeed.
I think there's a sense of timing here, too, that I should mention, because whenever I find the moon dropping in here, I think that it sort of indicates there's a cycle that has to happen. Normally, a lunar cycle is like just about a month, not quite a month. So I'd like to suggest that it could be that or increments of that. So it could be 1 or 2 or more months before, and only, of course, if one is willing, to really stick with it. The indications with this latest set of cards seem to be more positive than the tarot.
Yeah.
I think it's hopeful to remain that.
It's a struggle, though.
Yeah, it is a struggle, and the tarot sort of kind of spills it out in a way that, makes you really want to question everything on the inside too.
I see what you're saying there about clients. So again, that may go back to preparation. Have we prepared for that? What to do if clients are not coming in? Do we have an ad campaign? Do we have a way to pull clients in? And if you're getting a certain segment of a target audience that you want to get, that this person wants to get, what is missing? Why are the other people not coming, and how can you target them? So, that all goes back to preparation and what they need to think about, in order to try to get this business off the ground. It doesn't look like it's going to be easy, but I think that it could pay off ultimately. I just do think there is a lot of struggle here and self-doubt, and you're going to have to, this person's going to have to be very determined to see this through.
Well, another thing to mention is, of course, that there's the moon and the sun represented here. So it could be just a matter of time, cycles of the sun or the moon. I'd like to hope
that's what we have for you, January girl. Good luck with that. And we're on Seeley. Seeley had a question. It just was like a career reading to see what's going on there in the workplace. And then Lena, Jackie, Divine You, Marcia, Jenna, Kara, Kayla, Mama T, and Libra Cusp. All right.
Okay, advice for your job in December, dealing with clients and cooperating with colleagues.
Yeah.
Okay, then
your
so
deck.
I'm going to pick the Secrets Tarot again.
I'm just trying to think of another way I can keep him from just getting in my way. And I think I've come up with
You know what? I want the Adrian Tarot. I was looking for it. I hope it's good advice. Thank you. Yes.
I've taken more of his space away. Oh, but look, he's up in the tree now.
I know. I saw him go up there.
Yeah, awesome. All right.
So I hope he doesn't want to dive bomb us from behind.
Let's not go there. All right.
All right.
We'll definitely do that for you, Jackie, when it's your turn, no problem. All right. Okay, Lena, we'll do that for you too when it's your turn. All right. All right. Just gonna move that while you get those. There you go.
The Page of Swords upright. The Page of Wands, but reversed.
Oh.
And then the upright Two of Pentacles. So it's kind of interesting because there's two pages and then there's the Two of Pentacles.
Yeah, there's some interesting synchronicities in these readings with the cards today that we're getting here. The two pages, one upright, one reversed. It's kind of like, well, I should let you go first with this one.
Well, it's funny you mentioned dealing with clients because perhaps that's summed up by the idea of the pages. I'm wondering if maybe there's a sense of some of your clients have issues or factors that make them, not get along well, or there's friction between each other, which I'm not sure if I would understand why. But of course, it's backed up by the idea of the Two of Pentacles, and I'm thinking December is mostly a month, of you just balancing these situations. So if there are a heavy client load or clients who demand more attention or more things to be done, or possibly have things that are in contention with other work you're doing, that's going to be the key factor, I think, is just trying to balance that out, because it just seems like there's a sense of competition there. And pages...
Okay, I haven't started the job yet.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, then maybe that's what you're walking into. But the other thing about pages is that they generally tend to be messages. So they talk about things that you're going to hear about or things you might find out about. The Page of Swords itself talks about maybe it's your personality trying to be as, accommodating as you can because you're entering a new situation. So there's a whole idea about freshness there. The Page of Wands reversed maybe indicates a little bit of your own some self-doubts or some feelings like that you don't feel for sure you have the temperament for the job. Like maybe you're wondering how you're going to fit in, with the culture of this group or this situation. Okay.
I can sum this up a little shorter, I think, here on my end, but not too short shrift anything, though, Sile, because I feel like this is you. Well, I feel like this is about you and your dealings this week, as I feel like don't set too high of expectations for yourself. Don't push yourself too hard. Sometimes the Wands cards, this could be about bad news with business, but, you're asking about your dealings with others. And I feel here, sometimes the Wands feel like, maybe they have something to prove, or maybe they have, they want to prove themselves to others. And, excuse me, maybe you're not ready for that yet. So really what I'm seeing here, this is all about how effectively you're going to communicate with others this week. And I think the Two of Pentacles here is about finding that balance, finding that balance to look like you're a motivated person, you're motivated to do what needs to be done, but you're not trying to push ideas or agendas too quickly. In other words, you're trying to be more diplomatic and really assess the environment that you're in now, because also the swords are very analytical. And so you're just starting a job. You need to check things out. You need to scope out everything. The culture, the people you work with, the clients you're going to be working with. And find that balance. Find that balance between, asserting yourself and not asserting yourself. I think that's the key here for you this week. Well, I think you will, only because I see the Two of Pentacles here, but
yeah,
I'm going to reserve judgment on that until I see what the Lenormand throws at us. And you are supposed to do it? Sorry. Just grab them up. Sorry.
There's nothing that jumps out that indicates, that there's like, some problem here. It mostly looks like just a matter of acclimating, maybe. Did you hear that?
I did.
Mr. Oberon's stomach was growling. Okay, so we had two things. The sleigh, which is like the ship.
Very good.
And then we have the stork, which is the stork.
Very good.
Well, I don't think that they're different, right?
I think that you're going to find this a great new beginning for you. I think you're going to do okay, Sile. The stork is positive new beginning, and this is like a move. So this is telling me this is a great move for you. This new beginning is going to be a good, productive move for you.
Well, and it may be, too, that, other avenues open up, too. That's why it's there, too, because maybe both of those will bring you other opportunities. Maybe not right away, but this does seem to look a lot better. It wasn't being expressed clearly, about that, what you asked last. So I think that's good.
I think it's going to work out. I wish you luck with that.
Good luck.
Woohoo. I hope it goes well. Okay, we are on Lena. Lena, you are up and you wanted, I saw it. I know you posted. General, okay, for the upcoming months. So let's do that. After Lena's Jackie, right. And then after Jackie's Divine, Mercia, Jenna, Kara, Kayla, Mama T, and Libra. My turn again, Mr. O?
Yes, it is.
Because guess who's back? The medley deck.
I had a little stint of waitering and busboying way back, somewhere around 1980, 81. There was a lot of fun with it, but it wasn't meant to be. There were some really neat people that worked there, though. Busy businessmen's lunch crowd. So yeah, that meant the money tended to be good for tips. In fact, that's when we got married, was while I was working there. I was a busboy and I got married. Then I went back to work.
Oh gosh.
You did too, right?
Yes, we did. That was such fun. Everybody thought we were crazy. But we were not. We knew what we were doing. No, true that.
We took a bus downtown to be married. We didn't drive. We took a bus.
Well, true that, but it was great fun.
It was, because then we went to this,
Coney Island, this Greasy's Coney Island.
Gus's Coney Island.
I love that Coney.
Honeymoon breakfast.
Well, we ate there a number of times, so it had a nostalgia element.
Okay, Lena, we'll try to hurry up.
Okay. Here's the star. Look at that. Happy star card. Upright. Nine of Pentacles is reversed. The Knight of Swords is upright.
Hi, Violet.
Hey, Violet Lotus.
Knight of Swords.
That's all right. You're not too late with us.
There's no prize either way.
Do you see what I'm using here, Violet Lotus? You should recognize the deck. Mine came in. So.
Yes, she just said that.
So,
okay, Lena.
Lena, it looks to me like everything is going to be going pretty smoothly. There's reasons to hope. I think some of the decisions that you are making going forward are good ones. It looks as though they are, but I would just say this, that something is just not quite right in your material work realm, it's not that you're lacking anything, but it's just that you feel not satisfied where you're at. You either want more or there's something you want to change, whether it's your environment, where you live, or where you work, or getting your money from. There's something that you really want to change here.
I see the ideas of success and feeling hopeful. I'm seeing something a little different here because I'm combining it with that Knight of Swords.
Okay.
And I sort of feel like this is saying that, you're trying to be brave and challenge yourself in ways you have not necessarily challenged yourself. Maybe that's, seeking employment or seeking employment elsewhere. And so the Nine of Pentacles to me just relates to the fact that that this is something, that involves your comfort zone, and that you're also challenging your sense of wanting to feel more comfortable with your life and your decisions, and not necessarily put everything out there in a way that makes you feel a little bit more vulnerable. So it's mostly just a reflection that you want to be careful, you want to protect yourself, and you want to do everything the way that makes you feel comfortable. Hi, Estelle.
Well, we'll get you on the list, Estelle, but it's getting iffy now. We'll try to get to you. I'll go over the list in just a minute. We didn't write it down today, right? So
I didn't.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, so let's see. See what we got. Yeah, Violet Lotus. I was so surprised it came so early. I'm shocked. So it wasn't due till December, I thought. Well, I think maybe I'm not going to say I was more right than him, but it's interesting here because we have the goldfish, which is the fish in the traditional Lenormand, and then we have the poinsettia, which is the lilies. So, I don't know, the lilies sometimes is a card of maturation or growth. I think you are moving towards a period. Maybe this dissatisfaction that I spoke of here, you are going to be moving towards a period now of more material stability and success. So I think it's going to come, but it may still be a little bit of a matter of time. It might not even happen in this next month or two, but I think you're on the path. I really feel that. And in this next month or two, I think you're going to come to that realization.
Well, I think that the flow that we get sometimes from the goldfish kind of goes towards the flow of the Knight of Swords. The idea of movement and movement towards a goal specifically.
I can see that.
So I feel this is a good indication that despite what I might have indicated about you feeling a little bit cautious or, just a little bit concerned or anxious, just a little bit, I feel that this just says really it's something you will come out successfully in the challenging of yourself. You are kind of challenging yourself to understand that you need to make these moves and you need to make this growth. So I think it's all good, really, that you really do resolve this for yourself.
Hey, good luck with that, Lena. Looks pretty good.
Wow, good for you.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
That would be helpful, I guess.
And, okay, so that makes a lot of sense. Hey, good luck with that.
I like poinsettias, but I tend to neglect them. And then oddly, they live like in, an attic for a year and they're still alive, even with no water. It was weird. I don't know why it happened, but it did.
Jackie is up, and then Divine You, Marcia, Jenna, Kara, Kayla, Mama T, Libra Cusp, Violet Lotus, and Estelle. And while Mr. O is getting his deck for Jackie's reading, Jackie wanted a general too, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I remember seeing that. For me, a general for the coming week. Okay, you've got it, Jackie. And while Mr. O is doing that, Violet Lotus, I will just share with you, I will be doing a review on this oracle I got as well, which is really, really interesting. There's 2 guidebooks in here, not 1, 2, because you can use the deck for different purposes. And it's a really cool idea. It's based on, I just want to say, it centers on the cycle of sowing and harvesting. And so there's a book for using it for the dawn, and there's a book for using it for the dusk. And I'm just like, What? So this is a very, very cool deck. I'm going to really enjoy it.
And you're welcome, Lena. Good luck to you, of course. We hope it's going to be successful for you, too. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So one of the decks is used for goals, projects, things that you want to grow. And the other deck is used for physical and mental health healing. It just sounds so cool. I just like, whoa. So it's going to be a good deck for me to use for possibly Wellness Wednesdays and stuff like that I do on Facebook and Twitter. And of course can be nice for collective readings here.
Okay, this was for Jackie? No.
Yes.
Okay, and it was a general for the next week.
Yes.
Okay, so you have the Ten of Wands upright. I love this one.
Well, it makes it look better.
True. You gotta wonder. Then there's the Seven of Wands, and that one's upright.
Is it? It looks reversed.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's reversed. I'm sorry. And then this one's sideways.
Ah,
No, it's the reversed Five of Pentacles.
okay. Interesting mix here. Interesting indeed, Jackie. I want to gravitate towards that Seven of Wands first. I feel like right now, maybe maybe if you're not feeling it, but in this week ahead, you might be putting yourself at a little disadvantage here because maybe you're trying to overdo things, Maybe you're carrying too many burdens. Maybe you've got too many projects and things on your plate right now, and it's getting to the point of putting you in kind of a weakened position. And the Five of Pentacles is reversed here, and I think it's saying don't try to take on too much on your own. Ask either for a little help or realize that, maybe there's a better way to get things done than to try to carry all of that at once.
Well, this reading looks a little bit like split personality kind of stuff going on here, because I do think that the central image, like Banshee perhaps thinks, is that reverse Seven of Wands, and I think that's saying that you're reflecting on what it is that makes you stronger or weaker, or what you need to achieve or what you need to leave behind unachieved. And so I'm seeing this Ten of Wands here. And of course, there's a dichotomy with that too, because traditionally the card talks about people that feel hardships. But this person, what hardship do they feel? Or do they feel the hardship of knowing that what they've done isn't really a good thing, that they've oppressed others maybe? Because there's a sense there that this is the oppressing person, and it's sort of a flip on the normal Ten of Wands. But on the other hand, then there's that reversed Five of Pentacles. And
right.
Maybe I'm differing with Banshee a little bit, because I sort of feel like this is saying putting some things in perspective and realizing that you can't always expect external help or external situations to help you or give you solace. That sometimes you just really have to figure it out for yourself.
Let's do that, Lenormand.
Oh, yes. And we have the evergreen, which is a tree, of course, like the tree. And then we have the greeting card, which would be like the letter, right?
Right.
The letter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think that some of this may also curtail or dovetail into the idea that there is a communication that is either telling you about health, so maybe you're waiting for a report on yours or somebody's health that matters to you, and it's probably looking pretty good. If it's not exactly about health situations, it might just be about growth and foundation. So it may be about a club or a social circle. Maybe you're being invited to a nice holiday party, something like that.
Yeah, right. this was a general reading, and sometimes I see a connection between the Lenormand up here. There may be a connection here in that maybe some of the stuff that's burdening you is now all, maybe you have goals and plans that you're working on, and now you're working around also holiday planning and stuff too, that maybe that's getting in the way of some of this. And I mean, I could look at this that way because I keep thinking the tree, the evergreen, sometimes in my mind relates a little bit to family, your roots, So do you have family obligations right now? There might be news coming from the family that will kind of upset your plans or put some cog in the wheel. Or maybe there's something here that you have to work on a little bit. So, that's going to throw you off your game here. But I sense that. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but it's just adding to the level of things that are getting in the way of what you need to accomplish.
Well, if health is your current issue, as you've suggested,
okay,
then maybe that throws a little light towards what's going on here. And mostly I think it's just saying that, you're probably, being a little bit, less optimistic right now than you need to be, that I think that good news is awaiting you. But it is clearly, a lot about what you can do for yourself, that maybe the kind of situation that the best things that will help you will be things that you can do for yourself rather than, some external help.
I'm
Possibly.
going to disagree just slightly with Mr. O on the greeting card, because I look at the greeting card and the tree together, and I think it's very neutral. I mean, if it's about your health, it's saying you're going to get news. But I don't know what kind of news that is from these two cards.
I see. Well, you're the master.
And if we look at the cards back here, and if I had to relate this to your health, Jackie, I would say that it could be saying that you might just be getting some news that you need to, dial it down a bit. That there are some things you're going to have to slow down, do a little bit less, or alleviate some of the stress in your life,
I thought that was brought out more by the Five of Pentacles.
And it could very well be
yeah.
that too. That's
right. But I agree,
right.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it looks as though, I would say, Mr. O, that possibly it's indicating here that there might be news in relation to something that will help make you feel better. Definitely, because
nice.
I look at the healing aspect when the 5 is reversed and, the news. And then you've got the health card here. So good luck with that. All right. We are going to move on to Divine. Divine, you are up, and then Marcia,
Thank you, Jackie.
Jenna, Kara, Kayla, Mama T, Libra, Violet Lotus, and Estelle. You are welcome, Jackie. And,
so who's up then?
It is Divine.
Divine, all right. You're welcome.
Here it is. All right. Let's do 3 cards. You're looking sharp today, Mr. O.
Aw, thank you. This old thing? It is actually. It's pretty old.
And I'm in my librarian casual wear. No.
I miss my calling, because when I worked as a paraprofessional in my medical industry, I mostly wore a shirt and a tie and occasional jacket every day. I mean, I worked in a hospital, and I was considered administrative or corporate type employee, even if I was pretty much a schmuck on their totem pole. But I did what I needed to do. Then I came to the public library, where I actually was being treated a little bit more respectfully, but everybody kept waiting for me to get out of the shirt and tie, because I made them look bad. You're very thankful for that. Yes.
Okay,
I tend to like grays and dark blues.
I know as soon as I say this, somebody else is going to pop in the room, but we're going to definitely cut the list off at a cell and see if we can make it through.
Leave it to me then.
Okay, you are the strong arm between us.
No,
All
I'm the
right.
brutal sweetheart.
Scorpio.
I'm the brutal sweetheart.
Okay, Divine, we do have the Eight of Cups reversed this time. Didn't you just have that up right? Didn't we talk about taking a different path?
Yeah,
I think
that
it might.
actually came up on Thursday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that funny? Well, we're going to talk about that. And then we have another eight, the Eight of Swords reversed. And then we have Justice upright. This is really pretty interesting. Another, what I think is interesting combination of cards we have today. On the one hand, you are torn here. You are torn from wanting to either be set loose from something, some self-imposed. I almost feel though that this is self-imposed. This is not external. This is you holding yourself back from something, keeping yourself somewhere maybe when it's possible it's time to move on. Justice is saying here, balance is integral right now. Balance is integral. And why am I seeing the opposite here? This kind of push-pull going on with you, Divine You?
I'm blunt. Do you feel that there are certain things that have happened recently that you feel certain people have not, paid a penalty for them or been treated a certain way for them, like a judgment that certain justice did not happen? I'm wondering if maybe that's part of what you feel and you don't like feeling that way, or you're not really sure where to take that. But I'm wondering if part of this is tied up in that, because it seems like these are things that are holding you back, or feel like you want to push in another direction, but you still feel like you're there.
Yes, for Steve. Yeah, I could see that. And I feel like there's something that's just, within you that's blocking you from moving ahead with your life. It's almost as if, if there's not something that you have to let go of, there's something that's from this past that is just still not allowing you to move forward. And I feel, but it's you. It's because you are making it give you self-doubts, doubt yourself. This is a call to move out, to step out now. The only way to find the balance you seek, I feel, is to do what the Eight of Swords is demanding right now, and it is release from the prison you yourself have put yourself in.
But I think that part of what that problem is that maybe what this also suggests is that you have learned something, you have found out something. It may be just what you intuit for yourself, or it may be actual thing you found out or information you now understand that maybe is tying you to this and is the hardest part for you to want to give up. Either there's an emotional value there of some sort, or there's some reason why you feel you can't just walk away, but it really probably would be better for you.
I don't know if this is a tool or not. I took the bottom card in the deck, and it's the Strength card, reversed. And so maybe it's, maybe you're trying too hard. I almost feel is the Strength card reversed is maybe you're just pushing yourself too hard, or expecting too much from yourself.
Please forgive me.
Uh-oh.
I think this card means you have to be harder on yourself.
Oh.
I think this card means...
Oh, wait. Yes, he's right. He's right.
I think this card means that you really have to try a little bit harder to either disengage or to not reward yourself in whatever ways you are.
And you know what? Now these two Lenormand are going to make a little bit more sense, maybe. Okay, but go ahead. Yeah.
That's mostly what I needed to say. I love you.
So we have the gingerbread here, which is the park or the garden in the traditional Lenormand. And actually, I'm sorry, I pulled the Yule log first.
Oops,
I'm sorry. That was me. I gave them to you
Well,
that way.
it looks like we're going to a spread,
Well, yeah.
a banquet.
It does, doesn't it? And I feel like maybe there is some connections that you have in your life that maybe you need to sever. I don't know. It almost looks like that. Ties to something. It could be an environment. It could be a community, even as opposed to, an individual person. But it has to come to an end. It has to be let go. That's the coffin card.
Right, and I believe what you're saying. It just may be that it's not going to have a very instantaneous effect, and it may take time still to process that way, especially when we're talking about things that have strong social intersections with your life or with other people's lives. It's really hard to do that. So I understand that. And I don't know, maybe it isn't really the permanent answer, but it seems to be what we're indicating here. It's all about really being a lot tougher love minded about some of these situations.
It's a tough one, but I would say to you that, again, they feel that the balance.
I agree with that. I agree with what you just said, Divine. I just don't know sometimes how you can make that happen.
Or even if it's a situation, Gina, too, I think, too. If there's a situation that you need to remove or change in your life, freeze it. Just let it
Who told you that, Gina?
Well,
could have been us.
It could have been us, but that method is out there, and it's really quite effective, actually. Sometimes we have to reinforce things, with thought and actions and little, may seem silly, but little ritualistic kinds of things to just reinforce the concepts. Affirmation work, things like that, to really reinforce that you're on the right path.
Because you're telling your subconscious, and your subconscious will believe it in a way that your conscious won't believe it. And it may take time, but it does something.
Because I feel there's still a disconnect here, Divine You, and it's no reflection on you. But I have to say, when I see that Eight of Swords, I'm thinking to myself, you're saying the universe needs to do something now, but the card is saying you need to do something now still. It's really still on you. And there may still be tied into something from a past situation or circumstance that needs to either be tied up or something. Now what? Oh.
Let's put all our little frozen jars together and see if we can sell them on eBay. No, I'm kidding. Jenna, you certainly didn't miss your turn. You know us. We
this
just
is
talk
what
too
the
much.
cards reflect on right now, Divine You. It's subject to change, but that's what they're saying. So I wish you luck with that.
We adore you, so we feel bad about the pain you're feeling.
Hang in there. You've got a lot of good stuff too that's been going on for you. Maybe something will change in your job in February like you were hoping. Hang tight.
Can you do the whole list?
Yes, I am. Marcia is up, and then Jenna, Kara, Kayla, Mama T, Libra Cuss, Violet Lotus, and Estelle. And is it your deck again? Is that my deck? Yes, it is.
I've done it different ways. I've actually just done it in an ice cube tray, and it's worked fine.
Okay, Marcia, what do you got for us today?
You're welcome, my dear.
You're welcome, Divine. You're absolutely welcome. Plastic bag, sure.
I probably haven't heard that, but I think it would happen.
Absolutely. Well, let's not forget another method that I like to use sometimes when I am through with something or someone. I write there the name of whatever it is on a piece of paper, very thin, like a paper piece of little tissue or paper towel, and I flush it down the toilet.
No, Libra, you did not.
Nope, Libra, we're moving there. You're still a ways down, though, sadly. We're on Marcia right now.
And I haven't seen Marcia. Do we know what her question was?
Yeah, no, I don't. So let's try for Marcia one more time. And we will move on. Hey, use your house, use your kitchen appliances, to your advantage.
Kitchen witch.
They're ritual tools. All right.
So I'm scanning and I don't see Marcia asked us a question.
We're going to let Marcia go and move on, unless she talks now. Oh boy, Sonali, I'm not sure we're going to have time for you today. We've got this huge list.
Yeah, our list is way too long. We're sorry.
And Marcia is not here, so let's move on to Jenna. Jenna, you are up. Then Kara, Kayla, Mama T, Libra Cusp, Violet Lotus, and Acel. I apologize, Sonali, but we'll try to get you in soon. Try to get here early next week. Do what we can. Or on Thursday if you can make it. And just drop a question, and we can do it on our Thursday show.
So give us a question, or are you looking at a general, Jenna?
Yep, Jenna, what's up? Are you playing with my crystal ball? Convention trip go. Oh, okay, that's a great question.
I already shuffled.
Oh. I think that's a great question. All right, let's see.
Okay, so you have the Queen of Cups reversed, the Princess of Swords reversed, and that's like the Page of Swords. And then you have an Eight of Cups reversed.
Well, goodness sakes. Are all your cards reversed?
They are all reversed.
Well, when we're on trips, let me just say this first off. Yeah, they're kind of negative, but they're not. This isn't really terrible. But I think when we're on trips sometimes, we get a little cranky. We go to conventions and stuff. Are you staying at a hotel for this, did you say?
No, they were going to be taking an Uber.
Oh, that's right. So, there might be just a little bit of upsets in the trip planning. Something to do with, planning, maybe some communication snafus. Something just did not put together. But the Eight of Cups reversed indicates to me, I feel that, I don't know, sometimes it's how do I want to say this? Why don't you go ahead? I've got to think about the Eight of Cups.
I think the Queen of Cups reversed suggests that there's going to be a lot of wild stuff happening, so it could be really fun, overly imaginative, and I think some of this involves cosplay or things like that, so I think that's just representing a really kind of craziness there.
I like what he's saying there because that's very true.
With the Eight of Cups reversed, I'm wondering if that actually means that maybe there's a change of venue, like maybe they have to move the convention to a different location or something like that. Maybe, I'm not sure why, it just makes me feel like there's some change that happens that maybe is a little bit inconvenient, but not very inconvenient. And then the Princess of Swords, the Page of Swords, it may just be that this, like I said, it sort of goes along with the Queen of Cups reversed, and it's sort of indicating a lot of, sort of free-form kind of stuff happening. It's going to be a little bit crazy, so hopefully it won't be too crazy.
Well, what's really funny about that is I see what he's saying, and it plays into something I was going to say about the Eight of Cups. Because the the Queen of Cups, okay, he said, I can see how this is going to be a fun, a little bit out of control time. So do be cautious, do be careful. If you drink or anything, do be mindful of not overindulging in anything too much. Too much fun is not a good thing. But I feel like the Eight of Cups in this case is indicating to me that you're going to return home with some really, memories that you're not going to want to let go of.
Okay.
Do you get that with that? Because that's kind of how that card is interpreted.
I guess I can see why you're saying that. So, yeah,
and that's
I
where I was
that.
kind of
Sure.
leaning with that. Is like, you're going to come back with memories. You're going to just wish, oh, man, I missed that. I wish this could continue. I want to hold on to these. So overall, I think it is a good time. But I can't help but say there might be just a little bit of a snafu with the actual, event planning or itinerary, or just making sure everything is in order. Maybe they can't find your name on a list.
Could you, Marcia, we have your question. We will be getting to you.
Okay, so you came back. We called numerous times, Marcia. We'll get to you.
Right, we moved on. We're
We
sorry.
had to. We're running late as it is, so we'll get to you.
Yeah, Jenna, you're probably going to have a great time. We have to pull the Lenormand, though,
Yeah,
don't
and
we?
you
Yeah.
do.
Okay, so just hang in there, Marcia. Don't go anywhere. And we do have your question, so we'll just do it right after this.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, well, there's that, though.
Well, all good things have to come to an end.
That's
Look at
true.
that.
Oh, you're going to be sorry it ended.
Seriously,
Yeah.
Jenna, that's the sun and the Yule log, which is the coffin. But the deal is that the sun is really positive. It's a very successful card. And so what I think it means is this thing is going to really end on a successful note. You're going to feel really warm and good once you come back from this trip. That's really it in a nutshell.
Marcia, we think that maybe you're lagging behind us, and so when you heard us, we had already figured you weren't hearing us. So we're
Right.
sorry about that.
We know there's a delay, and so if you come back really quick like you did now,
We're going to do you right now.
we'll fit you in, because we do know that. But at some point we have to say, okay, we got to move.
I think in a way there will be some partying going on there, but I think mostly it's what we said is like you'll really realize what a good time you had after you come back and realize you wish you were still there. It's just up a little ways.
Yeah, I'm going to look for the question. Okay, from Arthur this week. I don't know, but let's see. So your question is any communication from Arthur this week, this upcoming week? That is your question, right? Let's take a look at that.
So it's your deck.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to the Mystic. Oh, God, my other cute deck, the Mystic Gnome.
So for those who didn't get in tonight or whatever, just remember we are on again Thursdays too, 7 p.m. You're very welcome, and we hope you have some nice pictures and tell us about fun stuff in February. February is a good month for conventions. There's one here in Detroit area that's pretty popular. We don't usually go all the time, but
Here you go. Let's go, Mr. O. Okay, after Marcia is Kara, Kayla, Mama T, Libra, Violet Lotus, and Asel. Well, looking forward to hearing all about it, Jenna. I'm sure you'll have a good time.
you've showed us a picture or two before. It was a while ago.
Well, look at this. We have a King of Wands here. Upright. We have the Page of Cups reversed. We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So did you say this person is or is not working at the casino?
Arthur?
Yeah.
No, Arthur's a visitor to the casino.
Arthur's a visitor, right? He's a customer?
Right, he pesters
Okay,
her there.
okay. I just wanted to know that here. I have a feeling you might see him at the workplace. You might actually see him there. It may not be a happy meeting, though. We've got the Page of Cups there, reversed. And so I feel like this is Arthur, all confident and, being his usual magnetic, attractive self. And then there's the Page of Cups reversed there, which is oftentimes disappointing news, especially where maybe emotions are the hardest concerned. So I'm not sure what this could be about, but maybe you'll find out something from him that he's disappointed about something, or this could be news from him that is disappointing to you. And I sense it's at your workplace because of the Seven of Pentacles there reversed. I feel you're at work.
Well, I think that was Arthur that called. I mean, the mystery call that you're not really sure about. I think that probably was him. I think he's trying hard to be persuasive, but I think he misunderstands you and really all of this totally. He totally misunderstands it emotionally. I think that he thinks that he can impress you in certain ways, and I don't believe that's true anymore if it ever was. And I think that also what's happening with that Seven of Pentacles reversed is he's going to find out probably sooner than later, that really most of what he's been doing is just not really doing what he thinks it's been doing. He thinks he's more successful than what he is, and I don't think he realizes, how badly his plans don't work out.
I just feel I'm not going to go there with the phone call because I'm not sure I'm getting that signal here. I think it could be what Mr. O says. I'm looking at this as to whether you're going to hear from him in the week ahead, because that kind of seems to be the underlying question here. And I get the feeling that it is possible you're going to hear from him at work. He may show up there, or it might be that he tries to call you there, but that Seven of Pentacles to me, I don't know, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, you're going to be at work. When I saw that, because it is a card of getting back to work, so to speak.
Bye, Gina.
Take care, Gina.
I'm jealous. I want Chinese food, too.
Oh, man. We have turkey to get rid of. We're still working on it. But we took a break from it last night. Back to it today, Mr. O.
Thanks, Jenna.
All right, let me see what I have here with the Lenormand.
Acorns, which are the lily.
No, it's not. It's the clover. Poinsettia's
I'm sorry,
the lily.
I meant the clover. I meant it.
Okay.
I did it, honest.
The polar bear is, of course, the bear. And so I feel that this call or whatever gets imparted to you is actually a good thing in disguise, It may be something that you need to hear. Maybe it's something that it will make you feel more empowered. And I feel like there's a kind of luckiness about this. It's like, wow, well, I'm glad you came in and told me that, because now or you called me and told me that, because now I know what I need to do for myself.
It seems like it could be unexpected, but it is lucky nonetheless. I actually wonder if he's leaving or if he's focusing differently and he's just sort of saying goodbye, maybe. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean about get rid of. It's just a matter of, it'll go bad, so you have to eat it one day after another. But I loved the turkey. The turkey came out so great. I could almost eat it every day.
I'm a good cook.
Mr. O, not so much.
I do get tired of it.
Yeah.
But I am a good cook.
But anyway.
Right.
That's what we have, Marcia. Yeah, see, you're behind. We can see that there is a time lag in the stream.
Yeah.
She's answering a question from back, so
You're probably at least 10 minutes behind us.
we'll try to keep that in mind, but we kind of can't wait sometimes, so we'll just fit the person in as the next reading when this comes up. So
Okay.
maybe we need a bot about that. I don't know. We'll think about it. All right, so we're on Kara now. Kara, you are up, and then Kayla, Mama T, Libra Cuss, Violet Lotus, and Acel.
Thanks, Jackie. Have a good evening.
Take care. See you soon.
A health reading. Okay.
Okay. Your deck. I certainly will. I certainly will, Violet Lotus. So, I'm not the only one that has time lags, just for the record. All right.
Okay, so we have the Lovers upright.
Ooh. That's interesting here.
The World, and it's reversed. And then the Hermit, and it's also reversed.
I think that health-wise, things still need to come together. It's like you feel as though maybe there's some that you don't have the complete picture of what may or may not be happening with you health-wise right now, and that you need more information. I feel like maybe the Hermit being reversed now is a time also, or maybe it's the fact that maybe you have gotten some of the information you need, but now it's a matter of putting it into practice. You know, taking what you have discovered and putting it into practice. The Lovers here indicates to me that, you know, things might be coming a little bit more together, a little bit more clarity, a little bit more balance between some of the issues you've been having. But now is the time to really to look at what kind of practices you need to do to improve your health.
Well, I think the Lovers does suggest the idea of some of the health choices or ideas being viewed by you or coming to your attention. So it's really about you deciding what you really think will help you in doing that, or getting, you know, corroboration from some other source. I think that the Hermit reversed is saying that if this was something that you felt you needed to maybe keep to yourself, that's not true. You really do need to maybe find a forum or find other ways of expressing what's going on to get more information.
Marcia, I don't know when you're going to see this, but this is Kara's reading now. Mr. O was under the impression that that was him that called. From the cards that we read for you, I felt I could see that, but, you know, to me, I was looking at more that he's going to be in contact this week. But I would just stick with that. Mr. O really does think that that's what happened.
Right.
So that's why I think, too, you might see him physically this week at the workplace. Okay, back to Kara's reading.
So I feel that the Hermit reverse says that this is not necessarily a time to keep some of these issues to yourself, that maybe you should talk with people you trust or find, appropriate places where it can be discussed. And I'm feeling that some of this doesn't sit well with you, but overall, some of this advice is going to be the best you can have right now, at least in what we can see here.
Yeah, send your question earlier. We can always look it up. That's a good idea. Some people here, when we're talking, they're responding right away to us, so they don't have a buffering. And then others, even me, my screen is slow. So it's YouTube or it's the internet that's causing that, and we have no control over that. All right. Let's throw the Lenormand on this, and that would be you.
So thanks, though, Marcia, and thank you, Kara. I hope that helped. We're going to throw the Lenormand for you now, Kara.
Yeah, I want to see what this might point to here as well. It's a little bit vague for me, but I feel as though some balance is being restored, but now it's time to really put some good health things into practice. There's you.
There's you, and there's the anchor.
Well, are you dealing with some type of health issue that is chronic? That you have to live with for the rest of your life? Because I almost feel that way here with the anchor, that there may be some things that you will be living with, but that you can always make improvements on and come to terms with. But it may be a chronic condition that you are living with and dealing with now. I get that feeling with the anchor.
We're not qualified to give
right
health information, stuff like that, even though you asked about, we just tell you our impressions. I'm just wondering, because I saw that card, the Lovers, and I see this card, the Snow Lady. I'm wondering if the concern is something that maybe is more likely a woman or a female would have the concern than maybe a man, or that it just averages out that way. But I do feel that in general, probably you're going to be putting your emphasis on whatever that is in terms of trying to stabilize and focus your health.
So those things can have some chronic implications. I mean, these things do heal, but sometimes they flare up again. Are you the one that had a herniated disc? We know somebody who had a herniated disc.
Not me.
Okay.
But I've known people with them. Yeah, they're not fun.
And so I know that they can flare up from time to time again, and so this may in fact be kind of a chronic condition.
Oh, you know who it was? It was Rick, I think.
Oh, okay.
He had surgery too. I think he ended up having it fused.
But a lot of these things can be controlled through better health practices, exercise, doing things the right way with your back. Make sure you're lifting things in the way that they say is healthy for your back. There's so many things about that on the internet that can help you to determine what's best for you. I sense there's nothing major going on, but just that you need to follow better health practices right now.
Well, and the anchor could just be said to be support too, of course. The support of an anchor is probably important in terms of, the support you might need for that area.
Yep, you're right, Violet. Yep.
Yeah, and I recently had a spaz back. I don't have anything that serious. I'm thankful for that. But I have some lumbar muscle issues from 40 to 50 years ago. I've had sciatica, and somewhere in the last 10 years I had a bulged disc that I've had to take physical therapy on.
Hey,
and
Kayla,
it definitely acts up.
You are up, and then Mama T, Libra Cusp, Violet Lotus, and a cell.
Oh my goodness, let's all check into a hospital together.
I had neck issues today, and you know what? They've worked themselves out, Mr. O. Something must have been pinching my nerve, but it seems better.
You're welcome, Kara.
You're welcome,
General
Kara.
for Kayla.
All right, you've got it, Kayla.
You're very welcome, Kara, and I hope you feel better.
Oh, wait. No. All right, so after Kayla's Mama T, Libra, Violet, Lotus, and Acel. And we're into overtime, but we can get you all in. This will be fine. We just can't take any more. I'm going to let Mr. O say no next time.
I did it pretty good, didn't I?
I'm the one who said no.
You said, I don't know.
No, I did not say I don't know. Well, I did, but then qualified it.
Okay. You're
Shuffle.
always welcome, Jenna.
Shuffle.
Thank you so much. Really hope you have a good time there when you go. And good holiday season and all that other stuff.
Hey, I didn't wear my holiday hat today.
That's what I figure, Marcia, if you're seeing this in better time now, but that basically you got way off the hook from us. Could be the weather over there.
It's just hard to say. I don't know why I'm sitting right next to him here on my tablet and why my stream is so far behind. I don't get it. All right.
Okay, general reading for Kayla.
Well, interesting stuff here.
Yeah.
We have the Two of Cups, the Two of Potions in this deck. We have the Seven of Swords reversed and the Seven of Needles in this deck. We have Temperance. Temperance is upright. Now go ahead, Mr. O.
Okay.
Two of Cups. Well, I mean, this is generally a good reading.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think it's about maybe partnerships or situations where you pretty much are pledged for good times or bad, that even when times are good, you know, you're there and you're supportive. And then there are other times maybe where there is a little bit more activity going on, and that's maybe when you shine the most to those other persons or situations. And so it could be saying that at this time you should just remember those people the most who've been the most helpful to you, because you may need their help again. They may need your help again.
This is a general reading, and I'm feeling right now that maybe this is telling me in a good way that there may be, I don't know, there may be balance, or it's time to seek balance in harmony in your relationships with others right now. I don't know if this is in the workplace or if this is, just people in your family. This is a card of, maybe this is time to stand up for, if you feel strongly about something, it's okay to stand up for it, but let's do it in a healing way. It looks as though maybe there's been some conflicts or differences of opinions with some people around you, but I really feel strongly here that harmony is going to be restored, and it's really going to come through this idea of looking at ways to restore the balance, maybe to reconcile in some way, and maybe to say, hey, it's okay to agree to disagree on certain things. It doesn't have to blow up into anything major.
So we could be talking about an actual closer relationship or friendship of some sort, either between significant persons or maybe between, a sibling or somebody that you're close to in your family.
Workplace too.
Workplace, neighbors. And so it could be saying that, there's that momentary doubt of feeling like, oh man, why do I let them do that? But the thing is you really are together, and sometimes you just have those little skirmishes like that where, you're testing the boundaries of the fact that you're each are different people.
Exactly. And I feel here that whatever this bond is, it's fair. I mean, they don't have to be close friends, but I'm just or close relationships. But I'm just saying the bond between you are strong. So, I mean, if it's in a workplace or a school environment, where you all have to work together on something, it's a strong working or physical relationship. And sometimes these things get challenged, these things get tested. But I think with this card reversed, that ultimately I think things will be solvable. But I got to check the Lenormand on that to be sure.
Yes, that's
I
correct.
may be not right about this here. And I go back and forth on the 7. Sometimes I think the 7 of Swords reversed is not better than the 7 of Swords upright.
The wonderful thing about tarot, you can change your mind.
Well, I feel too that it depends what cards surround it. I
True.
really do.
Right, they modify it. Oh.
There's the ship. And there's the gingerbread, which the gingerbread is the park and about social gatherings, situations, or connections. So again, almost seems like it's in the interpersonal or family realm as opposed to work, but it could involve people that you network with in some way as well. And there's movement here. There is movement and shift. So I don't feel it's a move away. I feel it's a move towards that temperance card. It's a move towards restoring harmony and balance.
Well, you know what? We're moving into the party time of year, holiday
Yes.
parties. I'm actually getting an intuition. You'll just say, oh, that's crazy.
I'm not going to.
But I'm wondering if you're going to a party and maybe there's the expectation that somebody who you were close to, and maybe you are close to, but maybe there's just been a little bit of a, whatever, you may encounter them and maybe things will begin more smoothing out or healing. Like just somebody who, you didn't want to stay unconnected to. I have people like that. I say, oh, I can't stand them. And then I see them and then I want to kiss their feet. Well, maybe you're not that way, but, So I'm just wondering if maybe the holiday season will help you put back together some friendships or situations that just have had some fraying going on.
That's what popped up to the cards today, Kayla. Good luck with that. And I hope it resonates in some way with you or will. Maybe you'll come back later and say, oh, guess what happened?
Okay, Mama T gave us something, didn't
Did
she?
Mama T give us a question? Mama T, you are up, and then Libra cusp, Violet Lotus, and a cell. So we are hitting bottom now. So do you know how far back that might have been?
Oh, it was a little ways.
I'm going. We've had quite the active chat today, which is awesome. It's so great to see you guys all conversing. Everybody getting along. I'm almost, I think I'm almost where I need to be. Holy moly. You'll probably get there quicker. All right, here's one. I do, Gina. General for December, please. Important phone call must take.
That's
okay.
it.
So we're going to do a general for December for Mama T, and I can let her know it's 4 from the end. And maybe give her a time frame depending on when we end the show.
Well, we're starting at about 4:15.
I know, I'm 4:13 on mine.
That's probably about their time too.
It'll just give me an idea of how far, how many minutes. All right, so go ahead, Mr. Oh, I'll move my cards. Put this back here for you. Thanks for sticking with us, those of you who are waiting and those of you who are just watching.
You're welcome, Kayla. I hope that was helpful.
One more.
Yay.
There. All right. Okay, Mama T. Wow, you have the Empress card. First card, upright. Very nice. You also have the Two of Pentacles card, upright.
Coming up a lot today, this one.
And look at this. All these cards are upright. And there's that Hanged Man. So there's the Hanged Man upright, which is interesting. You know what? I think, wow, that Two of Pentacles is between two interesting cards here, two major arcana cards. And so I think the Two of Pentacles is the key. The Two of Pentacles is saying that, balance is important here in whatever you're doing right now. And I feel like this might be with projects and goals and things of that nature more than anything else. I feel here that the Empress is indicating that you have some real creative ideas and concepts and things that you have been thinking about or working on. But maybe what's holding you back is thinking about what sacrifices you need to make to pull them off. Maybe it's going to require some cash. Maybe it's going to require a real investment of your time and energy. And so you're really trying to figure out if you're able to manage that. And that's where the Two of Pentacles comes in, I feel. And the Two of Pentacles is saying, figure it out. Figure out the best way to balance, these things in your life. How can you make it work? How can you make this work for you and fit in comfortably in your life?
This is exactly true. I couldn't really say much to add on to that. That this is really, as a general reading goes, is really telling you that you really do have that ability. So you just need to kind of put it together. Maybe you just need to make a list for yourself and balance all the pros and cons either way. But clearly, it really is about the fact that you only have a limited amount of energy, so you have to make it go for the best possible return. And so you should do that.
No, I think that's a good observation, Violet. And I know you came in a little later. We had some really interesting synchronistic cards in some of the readings early on. 2 8s coming up and just different things that all just kind of fit with a theme like that.
We welcome other people to throw an interpretation or thought out there. It keeps the conversation going, and we can actually use the inspiration sometimes.
Hey, look at this, Mama T. There's the home. That's where you get your power. Now, I know you have problems in your present home, but what this says to me is that, clearly your financial prowess or whatever and your financial projects are stemming from the home, like you work from home. And I think we know that to be true. So, whatever this project or goal is, I think it's home related. And I think that you're going to be really empowered by taking this on.
It's really about you taking charge. The empowering happens naturally when you take charge. And it may be that what you'll find is that what you feel you have to give up won't be as costly to you, that it's just mostly maybe more figurative of a sacrifice. The idea that it's not a tangible sacrifice, but maybe just an attitude or thing you're giving up. The attitude that maybe you can succeed if you just try.
Right. So
I do. You saw that. You saw that, Violet. I'm sorry. I yawned. It was a really nasty yawn.
Anyway, this man drinks more than enough coffee. But I have to admit, he cut it short today, and maybe that's why the yawn. So that's what we have for you, Mama T. Good luck with that. And I just wrote down the time so I can let you know when the reading was. All right. So, Libra Cusp, you are up. And after Libra's, Violet Lotus and Acel.
There's a librarian we knew many, many years ago who used to say about coffee drinking,
oh, God,
I'd shoot it up if I could. Now, we're pretty sure she didn't shoot up anything, but it was just what she said, and she always said,
it's obviously the drama.
I drink 20 cups a day. Well, no one ever saw her without a coffee cup in her hands, but who knows,
All right, so Libra's up, general reading. I want you to use your cards for Libra's reading. Pick a deck, because I'm going to use the deck, the medley deck for Violet.
Okay, I'm going to use the Secrets Tarot.
Okay.
For Libra Cusp.
The theory of coffee on an IV line. I can relate. Well, yes.
Drip, drip, drip.
I don't know. I love coffee. I like the taste of coffee, but not really because I put stuff in it. But the thing is that I like drinking it. It's just that I can't drink it all day. There's no way. I do get sugary from it, and I do stay awake from it. So
She will stay awake. I won't. I don't normally drink coffee this late. I normally quit most of my coffee drinking even on a Sunday by 2 o'clock before we start our show.
well, I
But
don't have to
if
be that
I
extreme.
did, I would have no problem falling asleep later.
I can drink a cup, I can drink 3, but if I can drink 5. But if I'm drinking it after 1 o'clock or 2 in the afternoon, I'm doomed. And I won't sleep, So I try not to do it.
I love
And
coffee.
really, my goal is 3 cups a day. I don't want to go over that. Mr. O.
Oh, Carrie, you know how to live. Mm.
Coffee, sure. That's right, Kara. That's right. Whipped cream. Awesome. I haven't gone that far, but that's awesome. All right.
Now, I'm not one of those people, though, that say, like, don't even look at me until I've had my coffee, or I could kill somebody if I haven't had coffee. I'm not that way. Apologies to anyone who is.
Oh, gosh. Hi, Jose. Unfortunately, we have to close our list, though, for today. If you wanted a reading, you can feel free to join us and listen, but we're just about done for the day. He just posted our stream schedule, though, so that's when we'll be back to do these kind of readings. And do join us. The earlier you come in, the more likely we can get you in for a reading.
Yeah, we're actually in our overtime spot now, and we still have several readings we've committed to get through, so we're sorry, Jose, but we do hope we can see you again sometime. Okay, so general reading for Libra, you have a Hermit reversed. Thank you, Angel. I like the jokes too, but sometimes they're a little bit sick.
The 3 of Cups.
The
That
Three of
hasn't
Cups
come up today.
upright.
Interesting.
I think it came up reversed maybe. Or no, it didn't come up.
No, it didn't come up.
And then we have a Knight of Pentacles, and that's reversed. So I think the Hermit...
This is interesting.
Go
Go
on
to
then. Why don't
general
you go ahead?
reading. Do you want me to go?
Go ahead. Mhm.
Well, I don't know, Libra. I see you partying. I see you socializing. If you haven't been, I think you're going to be, because the 3 of Cups is a big party card, and the Hermit reversed is kind of like, he's done with all that. This guy, when he's reversed, he's done with all that internal work right now. It's time to get out more and talk to people, be with people in some way. Maybe commiserate, collaborate, teach them a little bit about what you know. The only thing is that I feel that the Knight of Pentacles indicates to me is that just be careful about cash flow.
Well, I'm thinking like you're going to want to stay in party land for all of December, maybe. Like, it's just going to be too much fun. Like,
Well, yeah, I can see that with this card. Earthly pleasures.
yeah, but it's that whole attitude about the Knight kind of slowing down there and maybe not so anxious to move along. Like, maybe there's just really some good times in store for you. Maybe it's a connection with people or things that really bring you some pleasure, even if it's not necessarily romantic or super friends. It's something that connects you to the spirit of the season, I think, about pleasure and enjoying yourself.
Well, yeah, because in a sense, it's really, it doesn't take material pleasure to find the happiness you seek here this season. It's getting together with people that you care about and socializing, and enjoying good times together. Maybe a drink or two. I'm not going to promote overindulgence here,
But you will probably get to see
tis the season.
Mr. O as cheap drunk again sometime this holiday season. 1 glass of wine and I'm done. Okay, Libra, here's
That's
your
true.
Lenormand.
Oh, and there's the home. Are you going to have a house party?
Yeah,
Look at
maybe you'll
that.
have a party. I don't know.
Look at that. It's the Christmas tree at home. I feel like right now, this is really interesting. Home has been your refuge. Home has been, where you feel the most comfortable or have been. And I think for all of us right now with COVID and everything, that's been the case. But I also think that this is just saying this is there for you when you need it. You know, you can always retreat if you feel you need the safety of home. And maybe this also means that you are going to be inviting family or people to your home. Because I do feel there's something with roots here. And roots could be your tribe, your family, your friends.
You know, I had a joke there before about you being stuck in party mode for the whole month or something like that. But I think it's more likely that there's just going to be a hunkering down in your home with that person or two or three, you know, who means the most to you. That's either your family, your kids, somebody you care about, family persons of other sorts. I think you're going to party enough on your own that you won't necessarily feel like, oh yeah, I'm throwing myself out at parties. But I'm not saying you won't go to parties, you won't be invited to parties. I just think it's an emphasis really on pleasing yourself. That's what I said before too earlier. Pleasing yourself at this time.
That's what we have for you, Libra. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
And your cards. Okay, Violet Lotus.
Ooh,
we are going to use
mystical
the
medleys. This ought to be fun.
Which is at the back of that deck. So cute.
It is. It reminds me of old-fashioned cartoons of some sort. Yep. And I love them.
What's the best way to move forward? All right. Valid question.
Just say, leave me alone, I'm watching cartoons.
I'm playing with my medley deck right now. Well, I know you have a little one, and I know how tricky it can be juggling all of this, especially with the holidays and all of that coming.
You know, it's really weird because I felt that the last couple of years, even before COVID, talked about how a lot of things were changing with the various planetary alignments and or retrograde motions, and that when they released, things were going to really shift. And I sort of believed it, but I sort of felt like, well, a lot of that stuff is just very general. It has to go along with all the other trends that are happening too, and that as much as we want certain trends to happen, there may always be other people or situations that will try to not let those things happen.
It's rough because there were years I had to put off a lot of my spiritual goals and developments off when my mother had Alzheimer's disease for years. And sometimes it just is what it is. And sometimes you have to realize that there are spiritual messages that you are receiving through the mundane things that are being pushed on you. So it's possible you are going through this for a reason, and actually for a spiritual reason. So don't rule that out. All right.
Well, you know, I like an old Wiccan saying, or supposed Wiccan saying, the goddess never gives us a burden harder than we can bear.
So look at this. What are we starting with here, Violet? The Tower reversed. We'll have a conversation about that one. The Knight of Cups is reversed as well. Oh my gosh. And we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is upright. Not my favorite card. And look at that mean-looking big guy there. But anyway.
Yeah, he's nasty.
He's nasty looking. So I think you are going to have to try to find a way to make the space for yourself here. The Tower is saying right now you are repeating cycles that are not helpful to you. There's a way you're going to have to try to break the cycle of maybe, allowing all of these things to take away that free time. And clearly you are unbalanced emotionally because of it. Your sensitivity and your intuition, all of these things may be either heightened, overly sensitive, or they're being affected by what's going on. And nobody's winning in this situation. I feel like, in your mundane life, there may be people who might be getting short-shrifted because your heart is getting worn thin here, with dealing with all of this stuff. And you yourself, of course, are feeling the stress.
Well, I'm wondering too if that, it's one of those situations where, and this is, the great lie that they want all women to accept or all this group or that group. You can have it all. No, you can't necessarily have it all. You can't necessarily have total phoenix-like, powers and the best relationship ever. Something has to give. And so I know, you've asked questions about potential relationships, and I'm just thinking Spirit says, or whoever says, this is not a time where you can focus on relationships credibly, because Spirit has other things in mind for you, and partially that is about learning lessons that you're caught in a cycle with. So it's probably the nature of Spirit to keep sending you misreading signs that are challenging. Like, even though it says we don't want relationships for you at this time, it may be sending you relationship possibilities or something else like that. Maybe it says we don't want you to do this thing, but all the other messages you're getting relate to that. And so I think that's the energy of the Five of Swords and the Tower reversed, saying Spirit sort of wants you to maybe know for yourself without them. Like, it just sort of expects you to know. And I'm wondering if that says there's a lot more below the surface than even you realize. Like, maybe you have some potential you don't even know yet. Shut up, Mr. O.
This is so funny because I looked at the bottom card of this deck because you did want what's the solution to all of this, but I'm not sure it's there, but I do think it's here in the Lenormand. I decided before I reveal the bottom card, I wanted to see what the Lenormand had to say, and here's what it has to say. I drew this card first, the Scythe, so it's going to be pointing at something, and it's pointing at the path forward. So, what on earth does this mean? You are going to have to just make some cuts here. You're going to have to make some choices and decisions, and it's up to you. It's really up to you to hold that scythe and say, enough. I have to have 30 minutes a day, whatever it is, at X time to do this stuff. Whatever it is. And I think it's up to you to make that choice. Why don't you read what you feel about this before I go here? Because I got something funny.
This scares me in a way because I almost wonder if this is saying you have to cut out either some of the spiritual stuff that you're looking for or some of the other stuff to make room for the other. Like,
right. Well, you have to determine the cut.
Which is what I said, too, is like you can't have it all. No one can have it all.
Well, nobody can have it all, but sometimes you can have both. It's a juggling act. It's like the Two of Pentacles. You can do it, but it will take a toll. It will take a toll.
I guess what I was saying, though, was that Spirit is challenging you to really know what that is because it sort of sends you
Fine. I'm going to rock your world right
now.
Yes, I am.
Don't do it, Banshee. Banshee, don't do it. I beg you.
Because what did he say to you earlier? You can't have the world. What's the bottom card?
You weren't supposed to show that.
I couldn't believe it when I looked at it. So, I think you can have the world, or you can make your world successful, but it's a matter of knowing what to cut and when, and also that you are the one. You can't, others, if you're always there for them and you're always doing, they're going to keep expecting. So you are the one that is going to have to cut and set those boundaries that you need.
You need to be the big, red-haired, angry giant holding all the swords and saying, I will determine what's being cut.
Well, but also keep in mind here that the Five of Swords says that nobody wins. So but to me, sometimes in its positive sense, that's the beauty of compromise and consensus. Nobody walks away happy, but everybody gets something that they want and need. So that's what you need to work on, making sure that everybody can get a little bit of something, But, you know, everybody is getting a little bit of something, and you're not left holding the bag.
Sometimes you hold all the swords only to keep the other person from doing something worse with the swords.
So, good grief, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
That was the greatest reading I've had all day, maybe. Wow!
I think it was pretty interesting for sure.
And they were all pretty cool readings.
Yeah. Asel, are you
here,
still with
Asel?
us, Asel? I hope so, because we're here, and we are ready for you as the last reading of the day.
And it's probably pretty late. So
So
let's do
we'll
it
give
if
you
you're
a few
ready.
minutes, because we know there is delays. And, oh, did he comment already?
No, I was
Okay.
just
So,
namaste.
Mr. O.
Yes.
Oh,
We're so
tapping my
turned on
hand.
by that reading. We're going to close now. No, we're not.
Mr. O, do you have any announcements while we're waiting for Asel?
Okay.
Here's Asel. All right.
Hi,
Okay,
Asel.
Asel.
So I'll make an announcement anyways. Don't forget to watch Goth Tarot next Wednesday at 8 a.m. And also, don't forget to watch Happy Hour next Saturday. And
Arachnoid cyst.
I'm losing my steam. Just watch us. Watch us all the
An
time.
arachnoid cyst. What part of the body is that in, if I may ask? I'm not familiar with it. I mean, I'm familiar with some cysts.
Isn't that brain?
Is it the brain? I don't know. I don't want to make an assumption. But let's see what the cards have to say. All right. Oh, now my cards. Your cards. Unless you want me to use a deck, because you did go twice in a row.
I'll use the Adrian.
Okay.
According to Johns Hopkins Medicines, they are a type of cyst.
Okay. Where?
Brain.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, let's see what we get. I'm sorry to hear that, Asel.
Yeah, we're
That's
sorry
some
about that.
Sad news.
What are you laughing at, Kara? Us being silly over here?
We are being silly. But now we're getting serious for Asel. All right.
Okay, Estelle, thanks for sticking around. Glad you did.
Yes, and glad we can answer. Try to, well, you know, was as much as we can give medical advice, we can't. But we'll just take a look at the situation.
Excuse me.
I had a sneezing attack earlier.
There you go.
I did. I think we've decided we need some humidity. We got to get some humidifiers going in here. The air is too dry.
Yeah, we're both getting some itchy skin situations.
Well, mine is part and parcel with my disease, though. So that is just something I have to live with. And I can make better through using certain things.
Oh, I never sneeze less than twice in a row. Twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times. It's funny because before I used to hardly ever sneeze. Once in a while, now I sneeze multiple times all the time. I wish it was true, Kara.
All right,
I'm lucky to have all you guys, though.
let's
It
see
is
what we
true.
have here.
Well, that too. The booger thing. Okay, Asel, we have strength upright.
Wow, it's upright. That's positive.
We have the Ace of Wands upright. That's positive. And then we have a 5 of Pentacles, and that's upright.
Is that upright?
I think so, 5.
I'll be darned. Okay, good. Oh, well, maybe not good there. But I do think that clearly, this is an issue, a serious health issue. The 5 of Pentacles means that your brother definitely needs help and definitely needs treatment. So that is the reality of the 5 of Pentacles. There's a neediness here for some help. And the Ace of Pentacles means that having that there's a positive beginning here, maybe seeking treatment or seeking out the solution is a positive, growthful first step. I think this is positive to me in this light. What do you think? I'm going to let you...
I think that the Ace of Wands is a positive sign for your brother. I think the Five of Pentacles could speak to the idea that there will be a sense of helplessness or overwhelming, but there's always the idea that there really is something there for you. You just have to know where to look for it. And that would be with trusting, medical science, trusting the doctors or healthcare professionals who are giving you the information or are working with your brother. Having said that, what you can do and what your brother can do is try to maintain the most positive spirit possible. And remember that love has a strong effect on health, and that if your other friends, your other family are religious or spiritual at all, encourage them to pray for your brother. Encourage your brother to pray too, because the power of the human heart really can do these things. So I feel that it's an opportunity to grow for him. And I think a lot of times some of these situations are medically very easy to handle. It's just that they don't always occur in our populations that we hear about them all the time. I have heard about people with arachnoid cysts, and usually the outcomes seem to be favorable, but treatment is necessary.
Well, I haven't heard of anybody or know that, but I will say this, Asal, when I get Strength card, and I get it in a health-related reading, I tend to look at the Strength card as a sign of physical well-being and health. And I think other than this, your brother is in a strong position right now to combat the growth of this cyst. The other way I can look at this reading is very, very literally here. Physically, strong, but there is something growing and it needs treatment and support. I could literally just, bam, read it like that. But the Ace of Wands means so many other positive things. For example, that this is now a good first step. This is a first step that he's taking to get treatment. And I feel that right now is a really good time physically for him to do so. So that's a positive in that regard. Let's see what else we can get.
And we are not health professionals.
No.
We did work in the health career a long time ago, so we know some things.
That's why I was mulling arachnoid. I was trying to rack my brain because we worked in medical libraries, so we're used to a lot of the medical terminology. But gosh, there's so many diseases and disorders and cancers and stuff. I didn't even know at all about my cancer before I got it, that it even existed. So
it is just so important that he continue whatever treatment he's asking for. And just the fact that he's getting it now at this earliest part is very hopeful. And look what we have here. We have the star and we have the book. And I think the star informs the book. And the star is saying that the hope, the inspiration, the sense of a future that is there will come to you, will be discovered, will be realized. Some of this maybe is through, your own investigations or how the doctors or the team investigates him. You will realize he has good health outcomes ahead of him, provided he, takes the treatments.
I'm not going to go out on a complete limb on your brother's chances here, but look at, you have the star here. So and the book. And so on a practical level, as far as the medicine, medical treatment goes, I would suggest two things. There is hope in research. There is hope in researching and finding out as much as possible about this condition, potential treatments, seeing if there are any what is it called? Because I know I have to do this too. Any kind of studies, that he can get into for new treatment options that are possibly available, or just the fact that, through, learning more about this, even through the doctors and what they are doing for your brother, will bring signs of hope. There's hope here in research, I feel.
There really
especially with the book here. So good luck with that. Oh my goodness, Estelle. This kind of fit together like a glove, so I hope you can see, the implications here and what's ahead.
And we really appreciate you feeling good enough about talking to us about it and asking us about it. You know that we can't give you actual professional information, but we feel good that you felt like you could ask us, and we hope the best for your brother and your family.
So hey everybody, we made it. At 444 according to my that number keeps coming up for me lately. 444.
You're very welcome, Estelle.
It's no surprise we're ending our show on that note. And guess what? We made it into overtime without a single power outage.
Woohoo.
So maybe that loose wire stuff that we saw, plus what the technician really did solve the problem.
Play that number. That's right.
We'll just have to see what the next live stream holds.
So thank you, beautiful people. We love you all.
Thanks so much for spending the afternoon with us, and we hope to see you all soon. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.